Hello, beautiful people. I hope you all are doing so well today. I want to talk about something that it's a little disheartening because it leaves Black women in a very peculiar position. All right. So studies show that we are one of the most educated demographics. We are one of the top demographics for starting businesses. And so there's this dynamic of a Black woman being more submissive and less domineering and dominant and masculine. But I say we're in a peculiar situation and position because we've kind of been forced by the society that we live in to be this way. This is our culture. We're in an American, Western, capitalist society. To a certain extent, we really can't help that. This is where we are. We have to function in it. You also have to look at the predicament our men are in historically and currently. So if we're the more educated demographic, then that means our men are less educated. I'm not saying that's true or false. I'm just saying what the study is, what the statistic is right now. So if you want a woman to be more submissive with someone that is not comparable in that same arena, it kind of leaves her in a conundrum. You know, it's really tough, especially when you have people continuously beating down Black women. And then I even had a friend recently, because I've been through this too, to say that, you know, people tell her to wait to do things, wait to buy a home, wait to travel, wait to start a business until you get married and find a man. But what if that doesn't come for another 2 years, another 5 years, another 10 years? And unfortunately, another statistic is that a lot of us will never get married. And if we do get married, it will end in divorce. And I'm not supporting any of this or, you know, promoting this. I'm just saying what we actually are dealing with. So if that's the case, how long do you wait? How long do you not buy a home and become a homeowner? How long do you not become an entrepreneur and fulfill your dreams because you are waiting on a man? And then you have the other side of it, of people telling you what you waiting on, why you sitting, you know, you're sitting waiting on a man, you're waiting for a man to do this and do that for you. So it's like we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, like literally, and it's really frustrating. I am married. I'm married for the second time, and had I waited to do a lot of things, I would have probably still been waiting. You know, it's a tough spot, you know, because I do understand the role a man plays. You know, he has a very important one. He's very much needed for the strength and foundation of the family. However, there are a lot of women, a lot of Black women that will never know that will never get married. And so what do? Do they just stay stuck in at the place that they're at, in a life of medium, you know, instead of propelling and excelling? Or do you excel, and then when you get the man, you submit to whatever you submit yourself to? Because if there's already an unbalance, or there's going to be an unbalance, you're going to find yourself in a peculiar situation, and you're going to have to reframe your whole mind and your whole way of thinking. You know, so it's just something for people to think about before you just start bashing Black women about the situation they're in, because a lot of it is not our fault. A lot of it is not our man's fault. However, we are where we are, and it's something that we have to deal with and we have to think about. You have to think about, you know, if you already are established when you meet your mate, how is that going to make him feel? How is he going to make you feel? Because that's another very important part that people don't talk about. They don't think about how a man and a man's way of thinking, if he does encounter a woman, or a woman that becomes his spouse that has already achieved a lot, is he going to be strong? Does he have the mental capacity to handle that? Do you have a woman that will also respect a man that does come into the relationship on a different level, or whatever the case may be? You know, and I have a lot of friends that deal with this, even married friends that deal with this, that went into a marriage with a little more or a little bit more experience in a certain thing, or a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, whatever the case may be. You know, and it's really a difficult and hard conversation, and it's not black and white. You know, and I think that people that are not in our community, all they can really do is give us the numbers, because this is something we have to deal with from the inside out. This is something we have to deal with among one another. Okay? And so we have to consciously show each other love, concern, patience, and understanding. And we have to go back to the original reason that a lot of us are in this place. We have to remember to respect, love, enjoy each other, and help each other to progress in many different ways. So that's just something that I wanted to talk about a little bit, and I'm going to dive a little bit more into it, because like I said, it's not black and white. It's not one or the other. We have a lot of things that affect something else that affects something else, and we have to remember that a lot of it is not our fault, and we're not the cause of it, but we have to be the answer to the problem. We have to solve the problem within our own community. Yes, so that's just something I want to talk about a little bit, and I pray that it is helpful. If you have anything to add about it, please just add it in the comments. I'd love to, you know, converse back and forth about it, just to get different perspectives. So thank you.